Hello, my name is Aries Altamirano, and today we will be going through my presentation titled Unheard Voices, which primarily focuses on exploring Black non binary youth. For some background, I am 20 years old and I'm Mexican American. My hometown is in Rio Rico, Arizona, which is about a 15-minute drive from the US Mexico border in southern Arizona. So I like to tell people that we're so close to the border that, um, I go grocery shopping in Mexico, so that's pretty fun. Both of my parents are from Sonora, Mexico. So my dad is from Nogales, which is right across the border, and my mother is about an hour south from Nogales, from Imuris. Um, Due to my parents being immigrants, I did speak Spanish as my first language, and then not too soon after, I learned English. Um, I am a cisgender woman. I am bisexual, and my family is working class, so we're low income and have experience living paycheck to paycheck. So that's just a little bit about me. All right. What are we learning today? Today, we will be discussing non binary teenagers. Not only that, but non binary teenagers that are African American and how to better support them in the classroom and as a community. So that also involves how to help their families. Just a little quote from the Trevor Project. The Trevor Project has found that 24% of Black youth are non binary. So that's uh it's a small demographic but still pretty large. So it's something that you will be seeing within the classroom. Moving on, the first resource that we will be talking about, um, it it's titled "Into the Lives of Young Black LGBTQ plus People." So the purpose of this article, um, it was published by the Human Rights Campaign and focuses on the findings of the 2024 Black LGBTQ plus Youth Report, which surveyed 1,200 Black youth aged 13 to 18 across the United States. Within the article, it says that it has been found that 81% of Black LGBTQ plus youth and 83% of Black transgender and gender expansive youth have said that they have experienced at least one form of homophobia or transphobia from their racial community. The report has also found that at school, 43% of Black LGBTQ plus youth, including half of Black transgender and gender expansive youth, feel unsafe in at least one setting in school. Going further into that, half of Black LGBTQ plus youth overall reported being physically or verbally harassed at school, while 59% of Black transgender and gender expansive youth reported the same. So there is just a lot of discrimination and hate crime happening to these students. Um, and that not only includes them, being transgender or gay, non binary, but race also has to come into play with that. Right. Going into our next resource, it is titled Mental Health, Black, Trans, and Non Binary Teens. The purpose of this article is to report on the findings of the Trevor Project's 2022 National Survey on LGBTQ plus youth mental health. Within the article, one of the biggest kind of statistics that they try to put out to bring awareness to is that one in four, so 25% of Black transgender and non binary young people reported a suicide attempt in the past year. Nearly 3 in 5, so 57%, Black LGBTQ plus young people identified as transgender or non binary, 11 of whom were transgender. Black, transgender, and non binary young people reported higher rates of all indicators of poor mental health compared to their Black, cisgender LGBTQ peers. So there's obviously this disparity in support for Black non binary teens, and there just has to be a support system backing up our students to help combat these such large numbers. To finish off this slide, um, Black, transgender, and non binary young people with high social support from their family had 47% lower odds of reporting a suicide attempt in the past year. So, community does have a big part to play within this, and the larger community that a student has, the better chances they have of being more mentally healthy as well as have a positive outlook. Moving on to resource three, which is titled Resources for Black Parents and Family of Black Non Binary Youth. The purpose of this article, again, is by the Human Rights Campaign, and it provides a free PDF download for the Black parents, families, and caregivers of Black transgender, non binary, and LGBT youth. The hope of this kind of resource is that families can return to the document again and again to find the answers that they are looking for their teen. The sources are organized under several titles, them being Black families and family member support, current climate for Black transgender and non binary youth, advocacy for medical and mental health care, families, their children, and faith, Black transgender, non binary, and LGBT figures through time. So the article, it provides this PDF really upfront, displaying to families that, hey, this is something that may be able to help you help your student. It is a live document. It's always being updated with new information, which the public also has access to, so they can petition or make a report to have some resource added that they believe will help this PDF and help other families. So it's just something that you can bring up to parents if they're having concerns, or look at yourself if you want to help a student. The biggest takeaways here are that a supportive community is always in need for these students. The biggest factor that helps Black, non binary, and transgender youth is their community. So just having a strong support from teachers, being able to be open and ready to have maybe difficult or confusing conversations, as well as being open to helping the families within your community and schools. It's something really big. It's a big task, but as a leader in the community, you need to be able to sometimes you need to be able to take on that role as an educator to educate and assist families. Another takeaway would be to be open to differences. If and or when you meet someone who doesn't know much about how serious a topic like gender can be, educate on the educate them on it. Um, this goes along with what I was saying before about, being open to having those tough conversations with either the families of your student, administration, or your students themselves. You will always be kind of like, you'll always be seen as a support system for people as long as you open yourself to it. So just try to be a part of that supportive community and be as open as you can to help students who may be having a tough time, coming to terms with their identity, or maybe they're getting bullied, or maybe their family doesn't support them. They're all factors that have different influences on our students, and for them to be 100% at their schoolwork, first they have to be at 100% within their well-being, within themselves, and within their overall support systems. Thank you.